So, greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Sacred Mother Portal. I'm Sanahara, I'm a Chandra, and I am grateful to be here with you today. So, as we give space for those to come in to this space, I'm going to begin by taking some deep breaths in and out. So, join me in an inhale and an exhale. Again, an inhale and an exhale. One third breath, a good breath in, and an exhale. Wow. So, Grand Rising, everyone. Grand Rising, Claire. We got something I can't wait to play and I can't wait to share with you. What a day. What a moment. What an opportunity to come forward and feel affirmed even in this conversation, right? So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, first of all, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your time. I don't intend to know what all you have going on in your life. I don't intend to believe that I am somehow old. I'm somehow old. You're coming into presence with me. But I thank you. And so I want to let you know how today flows, how I flow, so you can know what you're in for, right? Generally, I have a message, something that might show up. Sometimes it's short, sometimes it's long. Sometimes I pull a card, sometimes I read from a book. At the end of this kind of centering activity, I then take the crystal bowls and I play them, to anchor in the message that has been shared. Oftentimes that bowl might include something that shows up from the words we've shared or from the text that I've read from. But that's what I do. I do it every day. Where do the messages come from? Oftentimes the messages come from my morning. I feel that you and me, many of us live in same. And that same means often that what I might be experiencing, you may be in your own way dealing with too. Especially if you found yourself being drawn to me and what I offer. So that's what I do. And so I'm glad to let you know, like on the front end, this is what's up. So if someone comes in and they're like, what is she doing? Tell them. She's providing, she's giving the message. And then from the message, she is sharing the sound healing and activation that is coming to support the message. So today's conversation, or today's message, comes from this energy of decisioning and certainty. And certainty was a word that came into my language in a powerful way last night. I went through an activity with the group that I'm a part of, and that activity really solidified for myself that is my next phase of showing up, my next phase of standing, which is to operate with a degree of certainty. And when one operates in a degree of certainty, it will then put you into the space of having to make decisions. This morning, my daughter came in to me and she gave me this word just before this started. And she says to me, Mommy, do you know what dysphobia, something like this, phobia that she says? And I said, no, I don't. My daughter says, fear of making a decision. And I was like, whoa, I'd already put this information out that I was going to talk about today because of what I'm experiencing now as I'm making decisions, as I am standing in the who and what that I am, right? So she comes and she asks me this question, and I say to her that there is the possibility that you have this thing. Because she said, I think I might have it because sometimes I have a lot of difficulty making decisions. And I said, well, that's a part of the human condition. And we talked about a few things. And I'm going to tell you some of what came up with me and my daughter around this idea of decisions and certainty. And I'm going to move into what I wanted to share around the ever becoming and the ever shifting. If you see on the page I put up to please support the Pillar of Light project. I can't say how long ago I knew that there needed to be certain kinds of work that would happen in our cities. And I began doing this work, at least 5 years ago with love tags and sounds out in certain spaces. And last night, as I moved into this energy of certainty and I'm already doing the work, I'd already made the connections, I was already bringing these things in to do this project. And so I put it out there. I was led, it was inspired. It was like, do this now, to share with the people. Your support towards this project would be greatly appreciated. And as I did this work and put it out there, I know what happens when you put something out there, right? But the pre-work had been the creation of a haiku. Yes, I'm going to tell you a haiku. So last night, in this process of moving through our lead and getting aligned with spirit, was the idea of focused intention. And focused intention is about closing the gap from where you are to where you want to be. Focused intention is about closing the gap from where you are to where it is you want to be. And I had already been looking at the energy, as I said, of certainty, spirit's work, vision, kind of lofty things, right? And I was working through my own energies around who am I? And I'd already had the conversation with myself with reflections of I am light, and I cannot deny that. I cannot deny that certain messages come through. And if I dismiss them, then I'm denying the truth of the light that lives inside. So my daughter comes in this morning. I'm having a conversation with a friend. Are you moving into illusion? And it began this whole almost a existential crisis of, am I moving in the right way? What was the word that I said? I said certainty was the word. And the haiku is, divine will as me, moving me with certainty. Aligned, we are one. Divine will as me, moving me with certainty. Aligned, we are one. That's the message that I gave myself. And as I get up this morning and work through this crisis of being seen, you look at yourself and you say, who am I? Well, it gets really hard. And I said, well, I'm scared. I get fearful. And we talked about fear as false evidence. Interesting. My signal went out briefly there. Interesting. Not sure why, but it's back. But anyway, we spoke of false evidence appearing real. We spoke about those people who, what are the reasons, some of the reasons we don't make a decision. We are wanting it to be perfect. We don't want to be judged. We don't want to mess up. We don't believe we have authority. We don't want to appear to be like them, whoever them is. Somehow or another, we attribute power, or we attribute powerful decisions to being aligned with evil or darkness. We align asking for support towards doing our great work as somehow or another getting into relationship with ideals and ideas of, how would you say, imbalanced power economics. So here I am, still knowing that the word is certainty, and still trusting that my ancestors and spirit guides are calling for me to do this work. And I looked at my daughter and I said, baby, what if Harriet Tubman had not chosen to activate? What if Frederick Douglass had not chosen to activate? What if I had not chosen to activate, to bring you through? Everyone has a purpose that will change. It will shift as the sands shift. If there's raining, maybe you don't go, maybe you cover, maybe you do. You move in the way that the environment calls you to, but you move. And as you gain knowledge and wisdom, you then incorporate. And as you incorporate, you become one who begins to understand self and relationship to spirit, to divine will, and being used by the divine will. So I said to her, fear appears when our power is near. Here I am saying, support this Pillar of Light project. Here I am wanting to go forward and spirit's home, to create the portal of passage through which the souls can know peace. Like, that feels almost like, who am I? And then I have to lean into, who am I not? If it has come through me and I have the absolute ability to do this, then I am charged to know this is what it means to move with certainty. And then I shift into that space. I become in that space. So wherever you are in your journey of becoming, wherever you are in your journey of deciding, wherever you are in your journey of certainty, know that when we decide, we initiate an energy in the universe that will bring to us all that we need to bring that thing through. When we decide, we then evoke a series of steps and unfoldings that will allow for the infinite of possibilities to bring it into being, or not. We don't know. But we have decided. And therein lies the power in our activation. We don't know what the destination will reveal to us. But I can say that there is great healing in the inspired, heart-led action to say, I will dream the impossible dream, that says I will imagine, that says I will try, I will do, I will go. And that I energy can be almost as if to say that you are now declaring your power. And that is exactly what we do. We declare and take ownership of our power. What do we do with it? Is it centered in our heart? Are we worried that our shadows will show up and somehow or another we will be consumed by our own lesser than? All I can say is, this is why practices in breath and clear mirrors and clear reflections and being open and transparent and receiving and questioning and seeing, and it's why that's a part of it. So that one can be revealed and thereby received. I just know that we are all going to be called to make decisions, to walk a path. And that path may fly in the face of everyone and everything. From our family to the community around us. And sometimes we will walk that path only to know, oh, that wasn't. I see that now that I've learned this, I would have done it differently. But that knowledge can only come from walking it out. From walking it out. So that becomes the shifting and the ever becoming. So wherever you are on this journey of deciding and doing, know that you are not alone, that we are all one moving this energy forward in an ebb and flow, ever shifting like a kaleidoscope. I think the story of the caterpillar and how when it is born, it only knows itself as such. And then when it's called to go into the chrysalis, it only knows itself as such. Is it fearful? Even as it builds what will become its home, is it fearful? Or does it simply say yes to the calling of its spirit? And as it says yes to the calling of its spirit, what happens to the caterpillar while it is in that space and coming completely undone? As the caterpillar is coming completely undone, it has to maybe experience fear, maybe experience suffering, maybe it goes through lifetimes in its mind, I don't know. Or maybe it just yields and flows. Maybe it just yields and flows. Maybe it just yields and flows until the next urging to emerge comes upon it, and it begins the process of extending, stretching, expanding to take on a new form. That which as a caterpillar it could not have known would ever exist. So if we are being called to consume as the caterpillar does before it goes into the chrysalis, if we're being called to shield in as we build up and cover ourselves, if we're being called to go out, that is the call of spirit. And we are all serving great purpose. We are all serving the one. We cannot be outside of the one. There's nothing that any one of us can do that would ever take us outside of the one. That's my message for today, brothers and sisters of the light. Making a decision is one of the most powerful things that we can do. It bumped me out again. We'll finish by saying, who are we to step into our greatness? And I would say, who are we not to? Who are we not to step into? Let us go. Let us go. I will go. I will go. And I'll know. I will go, I will go, and I'll know. Go. Go, and you'll know. You are, you know who you are, you are it, you go, you know, so go, and know, so go, and know who you Decisions will always leave a shadow. When we make decisions, they will always leave a shadow. That one, that energy that is left on the other side of the choice and the choosing. I think about the sun and how the sun's light, as it shines, the earth is only experiencing it in portion. And the part of the earth that does not experience the sun's light is not wrong. It is just without awareness of what comes in clarity. So make the decision. Go forward. The decision made in darkness may be impacted by greater light, shifted and ever becoming. And so as the sun and the earth do their dance, there is an acceptance of the both and, but the need to activate decisions with certainty. Dare to shine bright. Blessings, y'all. Till the next time. I'll see you tomorrow.